Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the same uh, Torah portion, Reheh. We've been discovering this position, this Torah portion, for I think at least 3 episodes. This Torah portion contains so many things in it. We discuss about some of the kosher, and we discuss about the prophecies. Today I want to take to you something about the charities, what the Jewish thinking of charity or Jewish practice of charity, and what is the Torah talks about. We have a lot of festivals. Every religion has so many festivals. We do celebrate festivals. Christians celebrate festivals. We celebrate Christmas, Easter, Good Friday, New Year, so on. But we never celebrated, as Gentile Christians, the festivals of the Bible. There are 7 festivals in the Bible. According to the Jewish um, system, we have, or according to the Bible, I would say, it's 7. It is not even Jewish festivals. They are called godly festivals. I'll tell you what other festivals are. Number 1 is Passover. Number 2 is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Number 3 is the Feast of First Fruits. Number 4, Feast of Weeks. Number 5, Feast of Trumpets. Number 6, Day of Atonement. Number 7, Feast of Tabernacles. We do just touch base these things just like that, but we don't involve in this one. We don't celebrate these festivals. But actually, we are supposed to celebrate these festivals. That is the expectation. That is the biblical way to do that. But we are celebrating the festivals which are pagan introduced festivals. Christmas is not a biblical one. In the Bible, it is not written everywhere or anywhere. But people may argue and say, "Come on, brother, you tell us. Tell us this is just a token of birthday. We celebrate our birthdays all the time. What about God's birthday?" So there is no wrong in it. So we compromise things. We basically compromise ourselves into the worldly level so that we can include all these worldly festivals. Most of the time, government creates the festivals. They do these festivals just because to rotate the economy, to make this money to be rotated. So they want to get this commercial way of dealing with things so that their economy, the country economy, can be boosted. So that is one of the idea that government thinks to bring in the festivals to the community. But as Christians, as the followers of the Christianity, we must celebrate the festivals. Well, we didn't and we are not, but we are supposed to and we must. That's the correct way. Now, what is about the commandment and this one? Because when we talked about the Torah portion, Reheh, it talks about the 2 things I said. The one is the blessing mountain, one is the cursing mountain. Gesrim is called the Mount of Blessing, and Ebal is called the Gerizim is called the Mount of Blessing, and Ebal is called the Mount of cursing. So we come across these both mountains every single day. We always, we choose whichever we wanted to go in. Every single day we have some blessings, some cursings. We enter into ourselves without knowingly. So these things in the Jewish way, they made so many things as a commandment so that we can follow the commandments. So that's why the Bible talked about follow the commandments and I will love you. That's what God said. So in the Jewish way of doing this, it's about the commandments. So what is the best thing about the commandment of the charity? The commandments of the charity, it says that during the times of the festival, they celebrate, they must give charity for the needy people, for the unfortunate people, for the people who those who don't have the opportunity, for the people, those who we don't like or we like. So usually, normally, what we do in our world, we give exchange gifts for our friends, relatives, unknown people. And it is not the commandment says. Commandment says that you should give charity to the unknown people. People those who you never met in your life. People those who are really poor and really need, and this charity should be unconditional. You should not be expect. It is not an optional. Charity is not an optional. We do it. You can say in the general. We also always we give not only festival. We give all the time. We give all the time the food, so, the clothing and money. We give all the time, brother. What's the difference? No, but it is a commandment. It is a must in the Jewish world. We have to do it. We must do it, and if we don't do it, we will be punished. That's the only thing. The consequences are different. So it is a Jewish way. It is a commandment. In our side, nobody talked about this commandment. Like we give it according to our timings, or according to our convenience, according to our financial status. It's not that. So in this Torah, what it says is one of the things that when we talked about the kosher food and kosher systems, we know the Bible says that there are kosher. They talked about the kosher fish, and the Bible talked about the kosher animals. But when it talked about the kosher, when the birds, it never talked about the kosher birds, but it talked about the birds which are not kosher. That's what the Bible talks about. So for the fish and the animals, it talked about the kosher thing, but when it comes to the birds, it talked about the birds which are not kosher. So one of the bird which is not kosher, I forgot the name actually, Echida or Akida, Echida or something like that. I totally forgot the name. So this bird, what happened is, this bird gives, whenever you give the food, it gives to all of his friends. That's the problem. So when you give the food, when he distributes the food, or it gives for the people, for his friends, and that bird it is not a kosher. So it itself, even from the bird, even from the animal side, God rejected when the bird was giving its food to its own group or own food, own friends and relatives. God said that this bird is not a kosher bird. So, see, if he is telling to the birds, how about us? Because we give charity, we give gifts during the festival season only to our known people, only to our, to relatives. So that it kind of a gift exchange. Even I have seen, when the Christmas time comes, in my house, my every Christian's house, especially CSA people from the Vellore, what I know, so they always take the sweets and cakes to all the people surrounding them, like Hindus, Muslims, or whoever it is. We take them and we give them. It is routine, and then in return, those people will give us, when their festival comes in, all the sweets and other dishes. So this is what our charity we give. And nowadays furthermore, what we do is we take. There are a lot of people, they want to expose themselves. They're very nice, very good. He's a charitable person. He goes out and he supplies the saris, and they make a picture and they put it in the magazines, TV, and they propaganda. But the Bible talks about whatever you give from the right hand, the left hand shouldn't be knowing it. And we do it, but expose it, and we do. See, that's what I'm telling you, we don't follow exactly what we're supposed to. We take Bible very light side. That is a problem in our Christianity, in our gentle Christianity. That is why I kept on reminding everybody, we must give. It is a commandment that we should, observe, we should obey. And if we don't, we can climb up the Mount of Ebal. That's a cursed mountain. So, in the nutshell, I want to tell you guys, it is all about what we follow, how we follow. Traditions have changed,